5. Fields going to throw right away. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
That's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Bears at 3 and 2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 36, Fields. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make the play ourselves.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Flushed out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Santos' kick is up and through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know what's really exciting about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Bears, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beating them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Now a play fake. Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A run here for J.D. McKissic. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Gibson. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. That he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. Running right, Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. Being chased out left. This is caught. Touchdown Bears. Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Wentz going to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Handoff running left is Gibson. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burned the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Sly able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what this... This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Wentz now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down so the tight end's going to be a favorite target. Hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of there because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
Cole Kmet starting to look like the second-round pick Chicago made in 2020, catching 60 passes for over 600 yards. Both of those are the most for a Bears tight end since 2014. Certainly hoping to build on those numbers this season with plays like that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
An inside give to Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there that sets him up now 1st and goal. Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal. Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Game. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Janet Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields now to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. Gets past one man, and he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here comes the Bears punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The credit that sack to Robert Quinn. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
Defense. Walking in the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Jones on the return. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
This complete to Jones. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On play action, Wentz. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Gibson. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Wentz. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth quarter lead. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Wentz. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football. Oh, and a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wilson. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Gibson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Straight ahead, Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Sly able to put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
The touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard in the last timeout on the very... Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So it's Washington.
Got so many memories that